Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. I'm going to compare all three of these coffee makers side by side. So this is the Mr Coffee 12 cup touchscreen. This is the Mr Coffee 12 cup. It's called the Strong Brew Selector. This is the old DRX23. It's been around since 2004. I'm also doing another video where I go into in detail about these basket filters overflowing. But I'm also going to do another video where I do just a side-by-side comparison of all three of these, brewing a full 12 pot of coffee at the same time, and we're going to check times, temperatures, and see how it tastes. Okay, so I've got the 12 tablespoons of coffee in. There's the brew head. Like I said, this basket sits down really well. I've got this one in. This one's got some springy action to it, but when I put the brew head over, it kind of helps hold it down. And then I think as water goes in, that's going to help push that down. Now this one, I've noticed you got to close the lid. I'm not sure if that pushes down on this or not, but I have noticed that when you have water in it, it holds this. And this one's being held, even the coffee. So the coffee is enough to hold. This filter basket is all the way down and seated. Okay, so I've got my water in, 12 cups on all pot. We're going to put the water in and we're going to brew coffee. Okay, so I've got my water in. We're going to close the lids. So cost, this one's 40 bucks. This one's 20 bucks. And this one, you can find these, you can't find these anymore, but you can find them around 10, 15 bucks on Facebook Marketplace. Okay, so on this one, we just come up here, we hit the brew now button. We got to make sure it's going to brew all the water in there. We come up here and just hit this brew now button. And down here, we're just going to turn it on. All three of these coffee pots are brewing now. So to continue my comparison, this one is brewing just a little bit faster. It's been about 5 minutes. The oldie but goodie is keeping up with the new one. The LED touch display just looks a lot nicer. This one looks pretty good too. It's got a bold or a strong setting you can use. And the oldie but goodie does not have a brew setting, but you can do delay brew. This one also has a strong brew setting, and that basically just brews it longer. It takes a little bit long. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes longer to brew the coffee. So this is what it sounds like when 3 coffee makers are brewing coffee all at the same time. Okay, so it's been 8 minutes. This one is almost, it's a little bit above the 7. This one is lagging, still at the 6. And this one is just above the 6. So we'll take a look inside the filter baskets. Okay, so this one's getting, even the oldie but goodie is getting pretty high up in the filter basket. Okay, so this one's getting pretty high up in the filter basket too, but it's not overflowing yet. Just gotta be careful. So this one's also getting pretty high up in the filter basket too. Okay, so to continue the comparison, this one is at 8. This one is almost, it's about 7.5. And this one's almost 8. Okay, so this one beeped at us to let us know it's done. It's at the 10-minute mark. A lot of steam. So it got really high in the filter basket. I do see a couple coffee grounds floating in the coffee. So this one is at the 8. Like I said, this is already at the 10. This is at the 9. It's getting towards its end. It's really high in the filter basket too. I don't see it overflowing. And then here we have the oldie. It's high, but I don't see it overflowing either. Don't see any coffee grounds in the older one, and I don't see any coffee grounds in this one yet either. Okay, so this one finished up first. This one's got a little bit more to go, And same with this one. We'll take a look at the filter baskets. Okay, so this one got pretty high in the filter basket, but I don't think it went over. Same with this one. This one got really high in the filter basket. I don't see that it went over. It's still, both of these have some water to drain out still. So this one got really high in the filter basket. I do have a couple coffee grounds in the pot. They're kind of floating around, but it's not extremely bad. So the beeps on this one were a little bit louder. The beeps on this one were really soft when it was done, and this one doesn't beep at all. But let's check some temperatures. Okay, this one doesn't pour the best. And my temperature on the old one, about 160. Let's go over to this one, the strong brew, but I just did a normal brew on it, but that's what they label it as. This one pours really nice. $168. And then finally this one, the touchscreen. Yeah, about the same temperature. I'm going to do a quick taste test and see how they taste. Okay, so they all taste about the same. I really can't tell a difference. They all have the same taste. So we're going to dump it out over a white plate and see exactly how many grounds are in there. So I'm starting to see them now. Okay. So yeah, this one you do get, granted 90% of them were at the bottom of the pot, but still I don't want coffee grounds in my coffee. This was the LED touch display. So those coffee grounds were in this coffee maker. Okay, so we're going to verify there was no coffee grounds in this one. We're going to go dump it out over a white plate. The white plate. Well, there are a few coffee grounds in this one too. Just a few. Not as much as the other one. Okay, so now I've got the old Mr Coffee maker. We're going to check it too. So it's got just a couple up in here. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, so to end up, we did have just a few coffee grounds in the coffee pot from this. There was a few in this one, but the most were in this one. Now, I did the manufacturer specifications. I did 1 tablespoon per cup. I don't even drink it that strong. I use about maybe a half a tablespoon. I use about a half a cup. A heaping half a cup for a 12 cup brew. So, but these coffee makers should be able to do the manufacturer's recommendations. If they say it can do 1 tablespoon per cup, it should be able to do it. And I think Mr. Coffee has a problem with their filter basket. Okay, to finish up the comparison, this one was a little quicker, but I did get a few coffee grounds in the coffee pot. This one just looks a lot nicer. The touchscreen's really nice. It has the same, I got another detailed video on how to set the delay brew and the strong brew. Same with this one. It's got a strong brew and it's got brew later. This one just looks a little different. This is more rounded. They both need this one needs quite a bit more room height-wise. And if you want specifics, I did a detailed review on each one of these, all 3 of these coffee pots. I've got a detailed review with exactly everything about them. But this was more of just a comparison video. I wanted to sit and do a comparison video of all 3 and see how they did. Cleanup is about the same. You've got a filter basket you're going to clean up. So again, this is just a dad. This was a comparison video on all 3 of these Mr. Coffee coffee pots. If you could, please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.